Hello, I'm Shelley Monahan. Welcome to Coffee Talk. This morning we are talking with Gina Drummond. She is the CEO of Hospice. And Gina, thank you first of all for being here. Hospice of Spokane, it was interesting. Earlier we were on our Facebook page during one of our morning shows talking about the fact that my sister-in-law had passed away and how helpful hospice was. And we asked you right here on KHQ.com on our Facebook page to talk about maybe experiences that you have had with hospice. And the response was absolutely overwhelming. And we want to say thank you for that. Obviously, thank you for your kind wishes and prayers and condolences. But so many of you have had experiences, very positive experiences with hospice. One woman said, hello to Hospice of Lewiston in Idaho, help them out. And I know our family earlier had dealt with hospice out of St. Mary's, Idaho. So a lot of people have been touched by hospice. Talk first of all a little bit, you're the CEO. Talk first a bit about the training that your employees receive.
Well, you know, training is really important. Drawing the right people is really important, but then giving them the tools that they need to do their job. So for nursing, certainly symptom management is huge. For social work, it's making sure they know all of the resources that are available for patients and families in our community, and certainly our chaplains come with their gifts for addressing the unique spiritual needs for patients at the end of life. And our CNAs, as you can imagine, are wonderfully trained to assist people with all kinds of things in the home setting, personal care, managing laundry, those kinds of things. But it's really about how do we be present with the dying, and how do we provide the kind of care that they need when they're going through this very poignant time in their lives, and not go in with our own agenda, go in to meet them where they are, and help them author this final chapter in their lives and be the supportive presence that we need to be for them.
You know, it's interesting you say not go with their own agenda, and as a CEO that is so wonderful, especially with what you're dealing with, that you have that kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's really important. It's really essential to the work that we do, that our caregivers, whether they're nurses or social workers or chaplains or CNAs or medical directors, that they treat everyone with dignity and respect, have the kind of empathy that's required for people to feel like their needs are being heard, but to just go in with the mind of how do I help you in this experience to make this is the best possible experience that it can be for you in the way that you want it to be. So we really go in with an open mind about letting the patient and family direct the care and offering the suggestions that we know can be helpful. But ultimately, it's their choice.
How much training do most of your people have prior to dealing with the patients and their families?
Well, certainly there's educational requirements.
Sure, going into it, right.
But we also really suggest that people get some experience before they come to hospice in healthcare, just to have, you know, a good foundational base of whether it's nursing, you know, to have a pretty solid base in nursing, for social workers to have experienced some community care, and healthcare is, you know, ideal, and for our chaplains to have come with some experience. I think life experience is really important. So most of the time, it's people who've had some experience that are drawn to the work.
I was going to ask you that. Do you find that a lot of the people that do come to hospice to work and to help have had some sort of experience there themselves?
A lot of times they've had their own losses, and they've come to know the hospice, how important it is and how essential it is to community members because they were the recipient of that care. For other folks, such as myself, I was an oncology nurse for a number of years, and I saw the value of hospice for folks who didn't always get that, you know,
right.
Didn't always get that preparation for the end of life. And I really think it's so important for people to have an opportunity to really prepare themselves.
Dealing with it in our family, I know on a personal basis 3 times now, each time hospice was there, and a lot of times the patients have lost consciousness, mm-hmm. and so they're no longer, you know, aware of their surroundings and what's going on, and having hospice take over with the other family members is critical.
Yeah.
It is. How do the workers, I've always wondered this, you know, they're there and they're so strong for us while we're going through what we're going through with our family members. How do these hospice workers deal with it away from work? You know, it's got to be difficult sometimes.
Well, you know,
I know it's their profession, but still.
it's what we do. When I talk about how important it is for us to go in and know that patients and families are going to write this ending their way, I think we also realize that we all take care of ourselves in a different way. But we really want to know in the interview process that people are aware of their limits and that they have self-awareness is pretty key to knowing, you know, the triggers that we have. We also want to know whether or not people are coming in with an agenda. It's important for us to know that.
This is not going to work.
Yeah,
it just can't.
It's not. Can't. If I've got my way or the highway.
Yeah, not when it comes to the end of someone's life. Talk about the partnership that you've got going on with this. We're very excited.
Well, we're very excited about the partnership that we have with KHQ. We've actually got a community presentation of Brian Hardito's play Vesta coming up. It's actually October 11th. The doors, you can go to the door and get your ticket, I believe, at 5:45, and the play starts at 6:45. And it's a wonderful opportunity for folks who haven't, maybe they are, you know, just interested in the end-of-life journey, or maybe they have a loved one that they feel like, you know what, I need some more awareness around this issue. And I think it would be a great way for you to kind of get an idea as to what that process is like. And so it's at the Civic Theater, and we'd love to see everybody come for that. And if you need a ticket, you can call Hospice at 532-6728. That's Megan's phone number, and she'll get you hooked up.
Get you set up. Also, if you want more information about Hospice, we've linked Hospice of Spokane's website to our website right here on KHQ.com. Some wonderful information. And again, if you'd like to check out those Facebook comments or post your own comment, KHQ.com under the Interact tab that you see up at the top of the page, you can go ahead and weigh in on that. Gina, thank you so much. Thank you for being there for us. It's so very important.
It's an honor.
It's been a tough week.
I know it has, and I'm sorry for your loss.
All right. Thanks so much for Coffee Talk. We'll see you next time.